Hello, everyone. So, for this week's episode of Aligned and Soulful Success, I'm sharing part of a recording from the masterclass I had last week on finding your niche to attract dream clients you love. Now, the entire masterclass, if you attended, was supposed to be 90 minutes, but I went over because I coached some people on the call. So I've included part of that workshop recording here. If you would like to hear the entire recording and access that right now, there's a link available in the show notes for you to access it. Now, the recording is only going to be available for a week. So I would encourage you to access it and listen to it soon. And I hope you enjoy this episode. In the meantime, take good care. Bye. Okay. So my intention for you today is that you are able to leave with clarity, more clarity with your niche, more clarity of who you want to serve so that you can start to attract your dream clients. And I want you to feel that confidence, right? So that when you show up and you talk to people about what you do, there's that sense of confidence. And so if you see behind me, I love the chakras, right? So I talk about this niche and your offer, program, whatever you want to call that, as the first chakra. Okay. And so that first chakra, that grounding in your business, right? That sense of this is who I am. And it provides that when you show up and you show up with that confidence, because I see the chakra system as kind of like they build on each other, right? So when you're not grounded, when you're not present, when you're not confident, then it kind of shifts here and there, right? And you kind of move, right? It's like, oh, let me go do this instead. Oh, let me try this instead, right? And it's not the sense of, yes, I have this presence. And then you can, go to the second chakra with creativity and use your creativity, right? And it's coming from that grounded place, right? And then you can show up with power, the third chakra, and heart. And then your voice is there, and then you can connect intuitively, right? But so having that groundedness of this can help you move forward with that certainty. Okay. How do you know? Let's start with figuring out, how do you know you actually need to find a niche, right? How do you know? One is that I talked a little bit earlier, I mentioned that you're not attracting your dream clients. Okay. You're feeling some confusion, overwhelmed when it comes to running your business. You're not sure where to go, what to do. Okay. You have a deep calling to serve others in some way, and you know that you provide value in the world, but it's just that part of the business where it's like talking about it and calling the people in that you're struggling with. Okay. And so, as I shared earlier, I call this a master class, because I want you to learn and actually experience. So before I was an entrepreneur, I was a teacher. Okay. And so I bring some of that like teaching into all the things that I do. You can't, for those of you that have been teachers before, you can't get rid of that teacher part of you. It's always there. Right. So it's going to continue. Right. And I will say that the way I work is a mix of inner and outer work, but the inner work needs to come first. Okay. And so with that said, if you're in a place to do this standing up, I'll invite you to do that. And if you can't do it standing up, you can actually imagine yourself doing this, feel yourself in the body of this brief visualization and activation I'm going to do right now to start the process. Okay. So just take a breath. And if you can stand up and make yourself comfortable, and you can still hear, great, stand up. Okay. And take a couple breaths. And if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to take a couple of deep breaths, feeling your body all the way from the top of your head, all down to your toes. And then one more breath down your spine. And as you exhale, releasing any energy that might be stuck there. And in this moment, I want you to feel how you actually feel in your business right now. How is it that you actually feel right now in your business? You can see yourself working in your business. You can see yourself marketing your business. You can see yourself running your business, working with clients. Just start to feel and embody how your business feels right now. How does it feel right now? Be really clear about that. Step into that. And so when that feels like, okay, yes, this is how it feels right now, I want you to take one or two steps forward, depending on the space in front of you. And now, in this new place, imagine stepping in to the version of your business that you desire. How do you want to feel in your business? What do you want to experience in your business? And this can be all aspects. What you want your schedule to be like, what kind of clients, even though we don't know the niche, right? And we're not sure about that, just the type of heart of the clients that you want to be around, just a dream client idea. So I want you to actually start to feel that being activated today, that business that you desire, how you want to feel, maybe even reconnecting of why you started your business in the first place. Feeling that. Anchor in that feeling, if you would like, with a word. Think of one word that could embody this, even a symbol. So thinking of that symbol. Good. And then when that is feeling complete and more embodied, coming back, taking a seat. All right. So I would love to hear what that was for you. Okay. If you're willing to share, what is that feeling, that anchored feeling and or symbol that came through in the version of your business that you desire, that you want to have? Okay. And I'm going to read some out loud and you welcome. Calm, joy, expansive. Love those. Inspired. Oh, a symbol of fountain. Oh, flowing. Thank you, Joan, Katrina. Inspired, connected, flowing like waves, expansive, lots of expansive, bright, flowing. I love it. Oh, the love boat. That's a good symbol. I love that symbol. Yes. The love boat. Yes. Okay. So many great ones here. Let's see. Centered. Symbol is a tree. Okay. Yeah. Empowered, expansive, awesome. Earth connected, Joan. Love that too. Love all of them, really. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so next I'm going to talk a little bit about my story. Okay, and then I want you to listen with the ears of how it could apply to you. Okay, because there's a reason I'm doing this. So like I shared, I've been a serial entrepreneur. Okay. And as a serial entrepreneur, that means I've had multiple businesses. It just means that, right? And so some of the businesses were, I had a brick and mortar business, and then I had also service-based businesses. And each business I was able to take to some level of success, right? But so instead of niche switching, I was business switching. Okay. So I get a certain levels of success and I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And then also life circumstances happen. Like we had to move places. And so in this time, I remember this experience I had because one of the businesses was a jewelry business. Okay. And in this business, and it was in Texas, I would set up tables and booths to sell my jewelry. Yeah. So I would do that. And if you've ever done anything like that, it's not easy work. It's hard work, right? There's a lot of lifting and loading and unloading, standing, right? And so you can imagine I'm here, I'm taking that and setting up all this displays, and I'm looking at all the other people. And when you do these kind of shows, there's always other people that have what you have. And so there's that kind of competition, like, oh, are they going to stop for me and everything, right? And so I started my jewelry business as default because I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs, and my parents had a jewelry store, and I used to work in the jewelry store, right? Joan says she used to sell dog design jewelry. Oh, so you know what I'm talking about. You've experienced it. There's two Joans, by the way, here. So if one of the Jones is like, I didn't say that. Anyway, so I'm setting up. I remember this specific moment where I was setting up at a jewelry exhibit. And I was standing there, and there was other people in the room, and there was a couple of booths there that had crowds, right? They had a crowd of people, and I was watching, and I looked at the other people that had tables that didn't have the crowds, and we would look at each other and say, oh my God, what is, everybody, you knew we were thinking similar things of like, what's going on? Why is everybody going to those tables, right? And so when it was time to clean up, a lot of us wanted to see like what was going on with those other tables, right? Why did they have the crowds? I'm sure some of us do that sometimes, right? We look at our competitors and be like, what are they doing? And so then the niche sometimes is based on that. Maybe not always, but sometimes, right? So we go to see, and both the people with the booths that had like the crowds, there wasn't anything that different. Right? One of them had, at that time, it was really popular. I'm going to be aging myself right now, to have the, the bottle jewelry, the Coke bottle kind of jewelry, where it's the bottle cap, and they would make pendants and necklaces and all that. And so she had that, right? So it was really, everybody who wanted that were just going there. She had, and that's all that she had, was that kind of jewelry. But the other person really didn't have necessarily anything like that. And I still, I would always wonder, like, how did she have those people, right? And so I left there and of course, feeling a little discouraged, right? And not wondering, and still wondering what happened, right? And so later on, I was able to I looked her up online, right? I was like looking her up, like, who is this person and what is it? And so she created a community for herself, right? And so she had actually personally invited a lot of those people to the show through personal connections, right? She kind of had that authentic connection of who she was and her story through the jewelry. And so that's why she had people there, right? So it wasn't necessarily the thing she was offering. Okay. One person, yeah, it was. She was offering something like the bottle cap jewelry that people wanted. The other person didn't have something that different, right? But it was bringing herself into her what she had in front of her. Okay. So I don't have that jewelry business anymore. Actually, what got me out of that jewelry business was working with my first coach in 2011. Okay. And that's when I found my first coach that I work with. And her name is Jody. And we figured out together that I was just following what other people wanted. And that's when I started looking at doing this work, was through her. But going back to the jewelry business, I use that example because it's easier for us to look at something like that externally, and we're able to identify, our brain is easier to identify through story, right? And to look at that to see what we see. So I'd love for you to take a moment now and see how could some of those pieces of what you heard apply to you today and where you are right now in your business. Okay. And maybe you're like, I don't know. That's okay, right? Whatever you can take from that, take a moment and just write that down for yourself. What is it? What is the message for me today from that? What was I meant to hear from that? What was I meant to receive? What was I meant to receive from that? Okay. So the doors are open for my program, Hiding to Shining, a program for soulful entrepreneurs to create the foundation for their purposeful and profitable business. I am so excited to be able to offer this. So unlike a lot of group coaching programs, this is going to be a small, intimate group. I'm not going to have more than 8 people in this program. And some of those slots are already full when I'm recording this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. If this is something that you could be interested in, I have a link in the show notes for you to be able to book a call with me to discuss if it's a good fit. Okay. I'm only having those calls till the end of the month, till March 30th, because the program starts on April 3rd. Okay, so if it's something you're interested in, you're not sure, just click on the link, book a call, and we will connect individually. Okay, so this program is going to be for those who have a deep inner calling to serve, but get stuck in the weeds of running their business, feel like they're working all the time and not getting the results that they desire. They're confused or overwhelmed in their business. If you're searching for what you think is the secret sauce to a purposeful business and profitable business, and you're not sure what that is, if you're ready to attract dream clients in a way that matches your strengths, okay? And if you want the coaching at a level where you receive one-on-one individual support, then this program is for you. Because I'll be having 3 small group coaching calls, modules that you have, and trainings and worksheets and visualizations that you have lifetime access to, and 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with me, all included in the program. And there is the opportunity to upgrade to more one-on-one sessions if you like. Okay. So I would love to have you in this program if it sounds like it's for you. All you have to do is book the call and we'll chat. I'm looking forward to connecting with those that this resonates with. Thank you for joining us for Aligned and Soulful podcast. To view the show notes and all the links that I mentioned in today's episode, please visit alignedandsoulfulpodcast.com. That's also where you can download my free gift, which is an abundance visualization and exercise to help you unlock your abundance. And so also before you go, make sure you subscribe to the podcast so that you can receive new episodes right when they're released. You can subscribe right now in the app that you're listening to this podcast on. And thank you again for joining me for Aligned and Soulful. This is Kavita Milwani. I will see you next time. Until then, take good care. Bye.